Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the channel. And today, what came up is, well, yeah, what came up is there's beauty in everything. And yesterday, I had an accident. Was it yesterday or the day before? It's the day before. I was just taking care of a lot of the issues with it yesterday. And what I do is physical therapy. I go to patients' homes and I help them to regain function in whatever ways they need, whether it's exercise to be able to do whatever activities of daily living. And so, so I have to go in different neighborhoods. So this particular neighborhood um, is, has a lot going on, and it wouldn't be considered a quote unquote good neighborhood because of, you know, the events that happens there. Anyway, so I was in this neighborhood and I got into an accident, and of course, the guy ran the stop sign, and I could see him coming in. It was a situation where it was unavoidable, because normally you can kind of see someone getting, oh no, they don't look like they're going to stop, so I tried to stop, tried to do that, but my wheels were spinning because it was raining, and so it made it even more complicated. So to avoid a collision like directly towards me, I tried to turn the vehicle in order to, make the impact a little bit different. I was going about 30, maybe he was going 40, 45, something of that nature. And so we collided. Of course, he gets out. You hit me. I'm like, how can I hit you when I don't have a stop sign and you do? And your car just floated through it. But I think people say things when they're in shock. And yeah, and so, of course the rain was there, so we had to do a lot of standing in the rain, waiting on the police officer. But when I looked back, because instead of viewing events of whether they're good or not, um, it's better just to observe. I mean, it's more beneficial to observe, because what is good and what is bad. Then I always look, what did I learn from this experience? Because everything is experience when we're in these vessels, and we have what we consider events. We don't have to consider events, because in retrospect, nothing really happened. What really happened? Nothing. There was movement, but in the movement of life, I just sat back and pretty much observed, and was observing while we're trying to get a tow truck. We're both sharing our sides of what happened. We're telling the insurances what I noticed while I was out there. There were like 10 people that stopped and asked me, are you okay? Just want to make sure you're okay. you know would you like, even one woman stopped and said, would you like me to sit here, because she could see that the area was kind of, you know rough, as we would call it. And she said, would you like me to sit here and be a witness? Because I'll sit here and wait until the police get out. I said, no, ma'am, I don't want to interfere with your day. Everything's fine. You know, but while I was sitting there, I had I have to say, about 10 people that literally, looked at the scene. They knew there was a woman and then a guy, and they were just trying to make sure that everything was okay. It was the universe. The universe was just enveloping me, and I just felt connected to everything out there. I didn't feel unsafe. I didn't feel like it was a danger. Even the people that would initially, like, I would feel uncomfortable with, I felt still there was a connection. It was still within them as what's in me. I didn't see a difference. It was just a beautiful experience, even though I'm looking at my vehicle and I'm like, this could be a total out. This is not coming at a good time. Nothing ever seems to happen at the time you think it should, or a good time, we would say. But it happens on time. But it was just, it gave me time to watch and see the beauty in everything. See that the universe is working in perfectly in accordance to the way it's supposed to be. And there were people out there. I even had a lady that came out and I saw her walking. She was coming up when everybody had left. I was the only one there. My toe that I originally called for was like, came after 2 hours. The first one, for some reason, when I called back and actually was able to speak with someone, said it never was registered, although it was sending me messages that my toe is on the way, but no one was ever going to come. So I ended up being the last one out there. My husband came, made sure I was all right. He had to go pick up the baby, so I told him just to go. He was concerned. He wanted to wait. He asked the officer, could he wait there because of the area, But a little old lady, this lady came and she was in a long skirt and she had this huge umbrella. And I could see her walking from down the street. And she came, she was, and as she came, she raised up her umbrella and I rolled down, opened the door really because the car was off. And she said, are you okay? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I have a camera and it picks up everything on this corner. So if you need a witness, if it was a hit and run, I have the video film. If you need it to give it to the officers or your insurance. I said, ma'am, you are so kind. I am so, just heartfelt that she, walked out in the rain to be of some assistance. And I just felt that more so as the universe, the source of life, just making sure that everything that appears to be one way on the outside, it's best not to judge it. There is no judgment with the happenings, the coming and goings of what we call life, the movement of this dimension that we're in. I mean, when you look at a sine wave, it always goes up and down. It's like a snake, what we call the vibration is the sine wave. And it's always moving. And the observer, really, we as the ones, the observings, the beings that are observing, we put in reality of what we think. A lot of times when you insert your beliefs of whether this is good, or that's bad, that's when you create a world of whatever your belief system is. So being that observer, recognizing the beauty in everything, just sitting back, even in the times where it seems the appearance, we could judge it. We've been conditioned to judge things as that's bad, or oh no, woe is me, we could look at things like that, but just sitting back allowed me to see that it's all God. It's all beautiful. That little old lady that came, those 10 cars that stopped and paused and said, are you okay? Are y'all okay? Is there anything I can do to help? I will wait here with you. I mean, even in the areas where you would think that you don't want anybody stopping and saying anything, they did. It brought people at the perfect time. The officer that came was very kind. He didn't give the other guy a ticket, even though the other guy didn't have insurance. All of that, the tow man that came, all of that, those experiences were there just to observe and to learn from them. And I learned what I learned in a time that I could have perceived as a bad time, because it's been about 3 accidents this year, Insurance probably wants to just be like, boop, get out of here. But I'm just saying, I didn't see it as that. I looked back and thought, wow, what an experience. And whether or not, this vehicle is repairable or whether I have to get a new one, it's relevant. It's all a part of the experience. I'm going to meet each moment with love and joy and gratitude, you know. And that's what I had in my heart for all those beings. I told them thank you. I appreciate it. I feel the love, you know. Um, all of that, the people that I had to talk to, they were all so very kind. Um, and it just, you know, it was a good learning experience. It taught me to look for the beauty in everything and stop judging each moment. Each experience does not need to be a judge. Just observe it and pleasantly go with the flow. It may not, and don't think about. My husband was like, oh, shoot, we got this to pay for, we got that. He was doing all of that. And I was like, honey, stop worrying about your pockets. We're not dealing with that right now. There's nothing need to be bought right now. I'm in a rental vehicle. you know? So let's just do that. Let's just let it go. Let's not go to the next moment. Let's not judge the situation. Let's not think about what has to happen, this or not. Let it all flow. It'll flow when it needs to flow. It will work itself out one way or the other. Just enjoy the beauty of this moment. So that's what I wanted to leave with you all, basically, in the happenings of what we call life. Just be the observer. Go with the flow. Suffering happens when we project, when we start projecting in the future and what happened in the past. Live in the moment and just appreciate the beauty of each moment without our judgment, without our conditionings, without our beliefs. And watch how your world would just shine, even in the midst of what we consider chaos. You will be enveloped in a world of beauty and love, and you will see the universe come to your aid. It's just a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience to experience yourself and be within just the movement, in the flow. We'll just say the flow of that love. So I just wanted to leave you with that, and remember that you are beautiful. Remember that I love you. Bye.